So my name's Filippo, and I grew up here coming to Black Rock with my parents from a young age. I actually gave my life to the Lord when I was 6. My parents have been attending here for a long time. They're both first generation Italians. They're both immigrants here. And yeah, I just really grew up underneath my parents' faith. It wasn't so much my own, but I lived through theirs. From a young age up until I finished high school, I was just kind of sheltered, and so there's a lot of things that I had not experienced that I was curious about. And the second I finished high school, I decided to become a chef, and I went and trained in New York City and in Italy. And when I got into that industry is when it was a free-for-all for sin, and everything that I was sheltered from now became accessible. And out of curiosity, I tried things, and then eventually they became habits. And from 18 all the way until about 31, those habits didn't leave. My career changed, but the habits never changed. And eventually, God met me at the point where recreational drug use, alcohol, hookup culture all culminated into one day. And I just looked up to the sky and I said, God, I'm done. So I just think, one, I had a misunderstanding of who and what God was, and I just ultimately was trying to earn my own salvation. Through bad decisions or certain sin cycles, it ultimately made me feel like God didn't love me. And so I think I just didn't understand how God felt about me, and so I was just living more out of fear of punishment as opposed in God's love. Say right about at the same time when I hit rock bottom and I had an encounter with God, I also got to witness a healing miracle. And through that, everything just changed. God really called me home, and I started coming back to Black Rock. I started taking classes to learn more about the Bible. I had not opened up my dusty Bible in about 13 years. I think it was the one I had in middle school. And I just started attending services, taking classes, and I was very fortunate to have a mentor in that time who really discipled me and taught me a lot, how to read the Bible, how to pray, what Christianity is really about. And once I was on that path, I just really embraced it fully. My whole life changed. My whole purpose changed. Things that were important to me in the past weren't important to me now. And ultimately, I found a new identity, an identity that I did not know before. But now, I realize that what's really important is this gift that God has given us, and has given us so that we can share it with other people. I really feel like God in this season has given me this heart to share my faith with everyone that's around me, albeit somebody in church, somebody at work, a client, a person that works for me with the business that I have. In my life, there's been young men that I've been able to disciple on a weekly basis. I work with high school kids at Fusion, discipling them and encouraging them. But I've also been put in places where maybe, I'm just able to share people my testimony and tell them about what God's done for me. And that's been one of the more powerful ways that I've been able to evangelize with people. It's just people seeing what God can do with my life after everything that's happened. So recently, in the past few years, I've had the privilege to take time off from my work and go on road trips. And I've used social media as a platform to kind of document my trip, but also to share these downloads that I kind of feel God giving me to share with other people.
Wherever you're at right now in life, whatever it feels like, whatever hurt you're going through, God's asking you to look ahead. He's got something new coming for you.
Yeah, I have obviously a lot of friends that I have here at church, but I also have a lot of friends that are outside of church. And I've been able to spread this gospel message through social media, through funny videos, through documenting my travels.
About to go try these apparently epic ribs
At the world famous Big Texas Steakhouse.
Are you looking for something to do this summer? Interested in maybe hanging out with some dudes and learning more about Jesus?
I've been able to see people that are outside of the church come to me and say, I really love what you're doing. It's really encouraging. I even had one guy who came to me and said, dude, can you sneak me into the back row of your church after seeing my videos? So God will use all of it. To me, being bold in my faith looks a lot like me sharing my testimony, sharing this news about Jesus with whoever's in my life, albeit through an encounter at a coffee shop with guys that I meet up with. It could be through friends on social media. It could be through a post where I just talk about Jesus. I talk about what he's done for me. And that's me really stepping out of my comfort zone. In the past, I used to be really nervous about sharing my faith. I was worried about how people thought about me, worried about how it would be received. But now in boldness, I just really feel led to share this good news and not worry so much about the consequences of it, except just look at it and say, hey, maybe through my message, somebody else will find the same encouragement, the same joy, the same love that I've been able to find through Jesus. There's a parable in the Bible that talks about a guy finding a treasure in a field, and then he goes away and he sells everything he has to come back and buy this field so he can have the treasure. And Jesus says that's what the kingdom of God's like. For me, the cost is it's worth everything. This is a prize. Heaven, salvation, Jesus is the prize. So for me, it's worth everything. It's worth my reputation. It's worth every asset God has given me. It's worth everything to say like, hey God, like I see the value of this. There's nothing greater than this. I'm gonna use everything you've given me to go and spread it.